Good morning. Welcome to our day 3 in Yosemite. Today's just going to be a driving day. We're going to look at a lot of vistas, do some exploring of the southern half of the park.
Yeah, Glacier Point trail or drive, and it's supposed to be a lot of beautiful vistas. You get about 3,000 feet above the Yosemite Valley. So little shorter hikes today. And one of the reasons for that is one of the clarifications. I know on yesterday's video, we said our loop up to the falls was going to be about 7 miles or so. It's actually an 8-mile round trip, but our hike ended up being 10 miles exactly, according to Map My Walk, because we had to park a mile away from the trailhead. But it was a beautiful hike. Hope you enjoyed the scenery. Another quick correction was I'd mentioned Yosemite Falls was a little over 2,500 feet. It's 2425, but it is the 5th tallest waterfall in the world. So, and it looks like here we're just in a beautiful forested area, but we're standing in front of the famous El Capitan. I don't know if you're able to see this. 3,000 feet from the base to the top. We looked with binoculars. We're sure there's people climbing, but we've not been able to see anybody. But we'll show you additional views from other vantage points. One of the first vista viewpoints. Here's another angle of El Capitan. Over here we have Bridal Veil Falls.
The cars are rolling into the park today.
Definitely not on the loneliest road anymore.
Kind of miss the loneliest road. More stunning views from the Glacier Point Road.
This is Sentinel Dome. We are on the Sentinel Dome Trail. It's an easy to moderate hike, they say, only about 2.5 miles round trip. But they say the views from up there are very, very nice. And for those of us that won't ever climb Half Dome, they say the views are as spectacular as what you get when you are on Half Dome. So we shall see. We'll show you views from the top.
Here's a view at 0.7 miles in. There you can see the dome.
Hello everyone. So we're at the top of Sentinel Dome, only about 1.25 miles. It only goes up about 400 feet. So, but the last little bit is the steep climb. Up here you can just see unbelievable views of all of Yosemite, and right in between Sherry and I, you can see that's Half Dome. So I'm going to do some views and show you some of the views from up here. You'll be able to see El Capitan, be able to see the Yosemite Falls, Half Dome, and then Nevada Falls that we hiked to yesterday. So starting, here's El Capitan. You can see, and if I zoom back out, just the vast and massness of it. As we pan around, there is Yosemite Falls. Once again, reminder, 2,425 feet. But look how much there is above it, even as tall as it is. So of course, Half Dome. And then there in the distance, you can see Nevada Falls that we hiked to yesterday. Hard to believe that we went just over 3,000 vertical feet to get to that. But when you look at how much of the Sierras are even higher than that, and the amount of snow, it's no wonder that the runoff is still so great. Can only imagine what this would have been like a couple of months ago when it started melting after their record snowfall.
It's a very busy day here on Saturday in the park. We are trying to get to Glacier Point View. It is unbelievable, the waiting line to get into this parking lot. It's a very busy day here on Saturday, trying to get into Glacier Point parking lot. The amount of cars that are just in line to get here is quite unbelievable. I know this isn't great scenery, but I just have to show you the amount of cars here.
Well, we are up on Glacier Point, about 7,400 feet. To put things into perspective, this parking lot here is where we parked yesterday for our long hike up around the Nevada Falls. So we had to hike through this valley, continued up and climb. There's Vernal Falls, which was the first falls we came to. Then we continued to climb to the top of those falls and back down. That was our 10-mile loop. You can see once again, how much higher the top of the Sierras are. And as I pan around this direction, it's a fantastic view of Half Dome. And they say if we had binoculars, which I left in the car, that you could see the hikers on the top.
This might be kind of hard to see, but we wanted to show all of the aftermath of the wildfires. You know, back in Iowa, we hear about the wildfires out here. This fire apparently was about 4 years ago, but there's just thousands of acres of burnt trees. Well, this is where we're going to kick up for happy hour today. As you saw, we had a beautiful hike this morning, so we're ready to sit back, have a cold beer, and read a few pages. Oh, this is the first rain we've had in the mountains. And the raindrops are so big, it almost looks like hail coming down.